feeling so hollow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I'm living in shadow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fool's gold. Yes, I did. And I did it all for love. Yes, I did it all for love. Oh, they say fools believe in it, so I guess I'm one of them. Oh, don't you know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fool's gold. Yes, I did.
I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes, it goes, it goes. My weakness echoes in my soul. Oh, it echoes in my soul. My weakness comes and goes, it goes, it goes.
Alrighty, and welcome! We are back with Week 7 Overwatch 2 Samoa. Gonna be our starting map. And joining me today we have...
I believe Samoa is the newest one.
Sorry, do that introduction. Sorry, do that one introduction one more time.
Oh,
I messed up.
Oh, I see.
We're good now.
It's me. I'm back. Eagle's back here again. We're on Samoa. Recently accenting the kind of sneak peek of Mauga. Or I think it's Manga. I don't remember how I was saying
Mauga.
I don't know. I
Yep.
swear there's like an N in there somewhere.
Yeah, it was Mauga, is how it's pronounced.
Manga. Yeah.
Manga.
Anyway, manga.
Yeah.
Manga. God.
All right, starting us off here, it looks like we're doing a little bit of a rushy brawl versus a dive combo. So we're going to see which team's going to take this first fight here. It looks like we're going to be fighting for the high ground area. Actually, Iowa Central kind of going for...
We're going to see Kiriko on both sides, and we're going to kind of see big damage tanks on either side. However, Hogs struggling a little bit with getting in there. Them both trying to control their high ground. So this point is a very interesting one. Just how big it is. The giant pillar in the middle.
Ooh, we are seeing that Junker Queen kind of get separated out a little bit. Kiriko trying to keep up with him. Something wrong, and Shiro clearing out that off angle. Now it's up to Cogs to keep this tank disrupted enough for them to clear him out. We still have Cosmic there on the high ground too. Could be disrupting enough, but it looks like they are going to finally take out the Junker and clear him off. That's first point to Iowa Central.
We can see. I wonder if we're going to see any swaps. We're going to see a swap onto Narissa.
That's definitely a good swap from Junker Queen into a Doomfist especially. Definitely. We'll have to see if Cogs will be able to play around that. We did mention before the game started that we noticed their tank was Grandmaster, so we'll see some pretty crazy play coming from this tank.
You're only as good as your team, however.
That is true. Team-based game, it is hard to carry that gap if you have to.
Ooh, they're going to go all the way around and up onto the high ground to try to contest this from Iowa Central.
Yeah, we're seeing them try to... Yeah, no, against that Orisa, you're just not going to be able to do much. And they have the Ana out now as well. They are going to successfully push Iowa Central off that high ground.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Swift turnaround.
Something trying to contest there a little bit. Unfortunately, that ice block not quite on the point. Did manage to wall himself away though, so no stagger there. He's a soldier trying to get a sneaky off angle.
Always helps. We're gonna see a swap onto the Zarya. Honestly, if it's a good pick, Orisa is just not viable into this comp.
Yeah, we're playing.
If they get a wall off, however, that will be really helpful. We're gonna see the Blizzard come out. Not gonna catch anybody.
No, but that's good. That is clearing off the high ground, which is going to give them some space here. We're seeing Orisa try to duel their supports here. Sleepy here, keeping him up on that Ana. Ooh, and we're seeing Orisa come into that back line. But Cogs were not going to play friendly with that.
Looked away from Orisa and honestly just kind of swept up the remaining of their team, and that's Orisa's big problem, is that she doesn't really have, outside of as soon as you get past her, it's very easy to just walk on the rest of the team. Yeah,
Cogs of War tried to pressure the Orisa as well to keep her from turning around and helping her team, which was really good. I was going to say too, since Orisa swapped off after first fight there, he's going to have the ult charge advantage, but Cogs of War is actually rapidly catching up here despite swapping after second fight.
with a high charge Zarya, it's very easy to build grab, and it looks like that they were charging them a little bit.
We have a lot of ultimates coming up here, so we'll have to see which one's going to come out first coming up to this fight. We've got 5 ults almost on Finger Lake side, which I forgot to update my scoreboard. I'll do that later.
We're gonna see, but all supports ults on ready. We get 5 ults from. Unfortunately, I don't remember this college's name, but they've got 5 ults on the standby. They're coming up grab. Doesn't get anything with the high noon, but does space them out. Tick onto the Reaper.
We're gonna see Rush come out. The Orisa ult is gonna try and space out Iowa Central here. Also got a boosted soldier here on the point. Ooh, we're gonna see that soldier go down though, and they're gonna be playing into Finger Lakes' Rush. Ooh man, a lot of back and forth here. Not a lot going on one way or the other. We did see Finger Lakes cap, but it looks like Iowa Central is turning this fight around, backing off a little bit, letting those ultimates go away, and coming back and winning that point. Ooh, we got May ult trying to space them out, preventing them from touching the point here. Soldiers trying to get around that off angle, but just not fast enough. Iowa Central is going to be taking this first match.
Might be seeing a Zarya mirror in this next match. We saw Nico flip onto the Zarya and then flip back to the Orisa. Not sure if they're trying to kind of keep that a secret, but possibly be seeing. If God keeps running the Zarya, I don't think we're gonna be able to see that Orisa come into play, and I think they are adjusting. We're gonna see 2 of their top players that we can see switching onto the Winston. We're gonna see a big team comp shift here, switching to almost full dive.
Yeah, that is a pretty big change here, and I'm curious to see how this is going to work. This point is a lot more close quarters. Most of the fights actually happen indoors off the point. Once that point's capped, that's where a lot of those team fights happen, because if you control that high ground, you control every single off angle onto the point. So I'm very interested to see if this dive comp is going to work, or if we're going to see the Zarya prevail. We could even see the Zarya swap back to...
For sure. However, I don't think with how prominent the Zarya is being, I don't think we'll see a swap back, especially when they can just easily swap back to the Orisa and completely shut them down.
Yeah, the whole point, I think, of swapping to Winston is Winston does kind of work against Zarya because you're not doing a lot of damage to charge those bubbles out. And it looks like that may actually be the case here, because we're seeing Zarya not really have a lot of pressure there and go down really quickly. And Finger Lakes is able to cap that first point here, winning that first team fight pretty quickly. We should see if I was supposed to swap here, and they do got Cogs of War switching over. Oh, Winston actually...
Looks like we're probably going to see a swap from him as well, I imagine.
Yeah, we could very well see that. I think he's just preemptively jumping off here to get that swap and get back and try to meet him for the team fight. This is a very interesting strat, just to jump off immediately to swap for the counter swap. It really is an age of counter swap the tank. We're gonna see
how easily Winston's countered. It's no surprise. However, they have changed the tides. Iowa Central taking control of this fight with a pick onto one of their supports.
Yeah, it was probably smart to try and swap there, but honestly, it was so early in the game. I'm surprised that they went ahead and did that, only getting 21%, and Iowa Central able to cap that point and just kind of hold this choke here, poke. They're gonna really quickly match that percent up and start to exceed it. We are seeing that Zarya get a lot of charge there. Cogs for hitting a rock and a couple of his
she is
melees.
armed and dangerous. She can just burn through health bars at this point.
Yeah, that's barrier.
Like she's trying to do. Going
Yep.
into the Sigma.
Ooh, and the hack with Rush. Yep, that is going to unfortunately be Cogs War going down. Is he going to swap or try to keep up for ultimate? Honestly, I don't know. It just depends on if he thinks he can get a big play.
90% ult, I don't think they're going to swap. I think they're going to try to play off of that flux and trying to see what they can do.
Yeah, they don't have a lot in the way of ultimates coming up, so they do really need him to use his ultimate for synergy, but it's a tough position to be in because that Zarya also having ult and hard countering you is just going to be kind of difficult to play into.
Zarya having the ult and having the blade on standby.
Yep, absolutely. And
see a grab blade coming out here soon.
And we could even see EMP come out. We could... Oh! And he gets hacked out of ultimate. That is... Yeah, that's going to be a pretty big game changer. Iowa Central looking like they're going to be tough. They just have to get lucky with this team fight.
Grab.
Ooh, but we grabbed into that window, and we've got the Immortality Field coming out. We did not see Genji use Blade or use EMP. EMP actually going down. Saw the Sombra actually go down here, so we actually could see that wasted grab could be pretty big. Iowa Central could be capping this point. Honestly, curious to see I don't think we're going to see Cogs of War self kill here to swap. Yeah, he's probably going to try and poke out and hold this point as long as possible and probably swap to come back unless he's like a charge.
Well, they've swapped over 2 Sigmas, so now it's a Sigma to Sigma, so this might be a matter of honor.
Actually, yeah, we could just see this mirror continue the entire match. Oh, but they're not going high ground. Iowa Central covering the high ground, but they are going to go main right on the point. We could see Iowa Central actually poke out, though. High ground has a lot of good options for off angles here. Like I said earlier, really kind of control the fight if you control that high ground because you can take so many off angles. Ooh, we're seeing Shiro pop his high noon. Zoning them out. Yep, and getting the tank down. That's Iowa Central going to be taking this fight, not giving up that point just yet, too. Ooh, just about, though.
Holding on to that point, not wanting to give it up.
Yeah, once you get that tank down, everyone else is so scattered because they don't really have anywhere to stand, and they all separated like that just really can't do a lot. We're not even going to see Finger Lakes be able to touch as Iowa Central wins the first round of our match.
First game, Iowa Central.
You have any comments here as we're watching this play of the game?
Shiro was definitely a big player, especially in this first opening fight. He cleared out 2 of them and just kept using those high noons. It's very hard to get value off of high noon. Using it as he is, though, just holding kind of that zoning and keeping the territory. Mark staking his claim. Honestly, just very nice to do.
Yeah, well, we are going to be moving on to round 2 now, which should be a hybrid map, so we will be right back as we set up.
Satisfied, my weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. Weakness comes and goes, it goes, it goes. My weakness echoes in my soul. Oh, it echoes in my soul. My weakness comes and goes, it goes, it goes.
All right, and we are back here for round 2. We have Eichenwald, and Iowa Central should be getting defense first here. Just see how this is going to go. What are your thoughts?
I love Eichenwald. It can be a pain on the first point, but it is just one of my more preferred maps. It can just be a lot of fun, or just not fun, but I think it's going to be interesting. I think could see some big tank plays on this map.
Yeah, I'm definitely really excited as well. It's just nice to finally not see King's Row every single hybrid game. We've been banning it because the tanks that we've been playing have kind of worked better on more divey maps. King's not like super divey. It's more of like a Ryan.
Super fun though. But we're gonna see a Torb and a Sigma and a Mercy on both sides. So that'll be a little bit interesting. I was hoping we'd be able to see a little bit of Nico's Rhine, but it looks like they're trying to play more teams focused. But we're going to see a Bastion, and we're going to see a May looking for walls on Iowa Central sides, I believe. Oh yeah, they've got the wall primed and ready. I see it on their gun.
1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
And we've got Hogs of War here on Sigma, trying to make the space out for his team. But that damage coming out is just going to be a lot. He's going to back up out of that there. Not trying to take too much from that Bastion. We are going to see Iowa Central taking a couple of picks here. Shiro just going crazy on that Torbjorn.
See if they can burn him out.
Going to throw his turret out even to space out the supports there, trying to get that stagger.
I'm gonna see a swap off the Torb immediately from Red Wraith onto the Soldier. But Shiro already has Molten Core. But we're gonna see Hugs in the front line here. That wall off in the Sigma. Gets their attrition canceled, however, with Rock.
Ooh, we're going to see that Molten Core spacing them off of that choke there. They're not really able to take that much advantage of Cogs War being down. Once that Molten Core is up, though, there should be plenty of time for them to go ahead and push in. Oh, that May wall staggering them even more. The Bastion's going to try and melt that down. They are going to be trying to make that push happen right now. Cogs War already back. Swapping to the Doomfist, though, is going to pressure them away, getting the Soldier 76 right off the gate. And with their Sigma down, that's this push shut down. Iowa Central expertly using these abilities to just completely shut down any push, any opportunity they had from taking down Cogs of War.
There we go. My mic gain was way too low.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to talk over you. I'm sorry if I am.
It's fine. We're gonna swap onto the Sombra. Looking here as well, just trying to probably disrupt this Doom a little bit, but 4 ults are coming up on Spear Big side. Shiro almost having his ult again. We're gonna see if it's flux onto this Doom.
Seeing that Molten Core come out, trying to shut them down, even still. Does go down in the process. We're seeing them kind of trickle out onto the point here.
Blizzard does cover the reses, but unfortunately it's just not enough.
They are going to start capping that point. Looks like Cogs of War is going to be able to get out because we could see some kind of counterplay here, but they do have 4 on point, and that is capping very quickly there. Cogs of War not able to touch in time, unfortunately. Punish for that. Got 3 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock, so some good time made by Iowa Central there. Held them out very, very strongly, but just at the end of the day, they were able to... We do have a Moira ult on the board here and a couple of, or 3 ultimates on Iowa Central side, so they do have kind of ultimate advantage going into this fight. This Sombra could shut something down here with an EMP if she manages to get that. A very unfortunate tank swap though here as Cogs of War plays the Doomfist. We're going to see that Orisa come out.
We were just waiting for it. We knew it was coming.
Yeah, that's going to be a pretty rough one to play into, but it looks like they've separated this Orisa out pretty well. That Moira ult's going to come in clutch though.
Getting the res up, however, it looks like Finger Licks is going to take this fight once again. We're gonna see something on trying to stall, but not able to get really much out of it.
Yeah, and we're going to see that Zarya pick come out as well. Just got a counter swap. That's just the name of the game. They switched their tank up. You got a counter swap.
We're gonna see swap off of the Torb and onto the soldier. We're gonna see.
Ooh, and a Pharah come out and have a little bit of a pharmacy play. Yeah, I don't know if we seen something Wong play the Pharah before, but we'll have to see. Ooh, that Bastion's gonna melt that Pharah really quick.
Did not work out.
Ooh, we're gonna see that EMP.
Terra Surge
Well,
to secure the second point.
Yep, that's 3 minutes and 40 seconds for them to get to this final point here. Iowa Central is in a good position here to hold. They definitely have advantage.
We're gonna
That's
see
the
him
third point.
swap off that Pharah.
Yeah, that was a very fast swap. Yep. Yeah, against that Bastion, not great.
Honestly, this is a great. I feel this is a great jump tunnel. You could just throw.
100% agree. That's what I was about to say. I'd like to see like a Junkrat come out here maybe. Honestly, almost would like to see a Reinhardt even.
I feel like Zarya is the good pick here, but unfortunately just getting run over with this Bastion. They need some sort of damage to sort of counter this, and we're going to see swap onto the Echo.
Unfortunately,
Probably gonna be able to get there.
a lot of swaps, but just nothing stopping their momentum, unfortunately. I would have liked to have seen maybe a little bit less swaps and some more playing for ultimates, but that's just kind of how it's going to go. Sometimes they just kind of get that momentum. Doesn't stop. We're seeing 2 minutes 53 seconds on the clock here for Iowa Central. Sort out how they are going to come back here.
Rough, but doable.
It is, yeah. They're going to have to push it.
To
They're going to have to cap and push it all the way, and they're going to have to be above 1 minute when they get to that third point. Otherwise, it's loser tie. They've set this pace against themselves at this
for what?
If they manage to cap the entire way, and they are under a minute, or sorry, in overtime, they lose or tie.
I was like, as long as you have even a second.
No, if you have a second, you gain a minute, and they gain whatever you gained.
The door's open. You have a second. Oh, sorry.
Yep, that's too bad. Bing bong.
That's too bad. Bong. But we're gonna see a swap onto the Junker Queen coming out, still keeping that Sombra, as it seemed like it worked really well for them. But
yeah, I'm very interested to see what the Junker Queen on defense is gonna do. I wouldn't really bet myself. Curious as to what they've got planned.
Maybe. Junker Queen is very good at singling out a target. The only thing is that a Ramattra pick going into this. The only thing is that pretty much everybody on Iowa Central sides has either high damage or high mobility, and that's kind of Junker Queen's. Junker Queen does good against big chunky targets.
Yeah, but we are seeing that Ramattra pick. I don't know. I feel like Ramattra is still in such a very strong spot. I think it's a very underrated tank pick. Just don't see it as often as I used to, despite how strong he is, and hasn't exactly been nerfed. I think people just find it boring.
Ramatra's just punching simulator, which two people in a tight corridor. Honestly, a perfect situation for an unable to get that kill on the Mercy, however.
Yeah, he's trying to find some kind of pick here to kind of convert into. I think that's maybe the struggle here, is just finding that one opportunity to give you that momentum.
This opportunity with Queen pulling him back, however. Not letting him get in.
Yeah, we're seeing that Bastion try to put in a lot of damage as well, but nobody is able to go down yet. And that's one good thing about
really
Queen.
Well here. Queen just spaced up just enough, but we're gonna see Jiro getting back on the soldier.
We're going to see him pummel down this tank, but the Mercy going to come in immediately for the res. However, Iowa Central already getting 2 more picks. I don't think it's going to matter. Oh, we do see the Junker Queen take out the Bastion, which is a lot of damage on Iowa Central side down. But it's just the Queen here, and I don't think that Queen's going to win this 1v4 no matter how good you are at the game.
But she does get her ultimate, and that is a game changer.
It very well could be, but Iowa Central gonna cap this first point here. 4 minutes and 51 seconds. Definitely making better time than what we saw Finger Lakes do. So we could potentially see good momentum going into this third point. We'll have to see if they're able to stop it here with next ults that are coming up.
Looking at these ults, Iowa Central has a huge advantage right now over Finger Lakes. We've only got Queen and a Moira up, while Iowa Central has pretty much almost 4 of their ults. We're gonna see this Annihilation come out though and almost dies.
Oh, he does go down to that Reaper. And that Junker Queen ult's going to come down and clean up some of their back line there. Reaper just popping off. Definitely a good swap off of the... They swapped off of the Sombra into that Reaper. Good option for sure. We've got Shiro kind of hiding.
Reaper is wonderful against Ramatra, against Bastion. Just both are really good targets.
Big hitboxes and plays close range. Definitely good.
We'll see Shiro get out of this. I think we'll see maybe...
Well, he's just going to wait for his team to engage.
As well.
He's waiting for that Mercy so that he can engage a little bit. Barry's going to come up top and kind of force Junker Queen to come down.
That damage boosted soldier is going to restrict his movement. We've seen artillery kind of being thrown out with not much value.
Mantra clearing out that tunnel off to the side there, preventing these off angles. Unfortunately, something wrong on that. Ooh, okay, so we're seeing that Death Blossom come out.
Let's see a duplicate onto the Queen. See if she can get something really close there. Oh.
They just don't have the supports up. Their supports being down there. Unfortunately, they're going to lose that fight, and their ultimates are just not getting much value. They're having a hard time keeping.
And unfortunately, looks like we're going to see a bunch of ults being burned on Iowa Central side.
You're going to see that swap over to the Doomfist, which has proved to be pretty decent against Junker Queen. But I feel like...
I think they need to dive up on that soldier. That soldier's just controlling high ground currently.
Yeah, and he does have ultimate as well. Definitely be good to get him off of that playing field. And we're seeing that Reaper just do so much damage. Oh, because we're trying to jump up onto that soldier, just not making it all the way up there. Gonna punch that Reaper away, though. Charging up his punch. And he's just having a hard time giving the rest of his team kind of an opening.
Think of a good sort of thing to do here besides maybe an entire thing up, or they just need to build up ultimates and push through this.
Honestly,
ticking down.
Well, honestly, what I'm thinking would be really good if we had someone decently good at Sombra come up behind that soldier and assassinate him, and that just gives your team so much opening. You don't have to worry about that high ground.
That's luckily they do have. This part of her ultimate? I swear she had all four of them in there.
I don't know, but it looks like they are actually all going to be rotating up to the high ground, trying to take out the soldier. Reaper's going to teleport up here. Dogs of War going to keep him away from the rest of the team. Ooh, but we're going to see 3 on Iowa Central side go down all at the same time here. I think we're just having a hard time focusing a single target. It's kind of like everyone has kind of got their own idea of what they got to do, and that teamwork is not there at all. We have some ultimates here. We've still got 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock. Iowa Central left themselves a lot of time here. But they do manage to get to that third point. They're still going to be kind of behind.
Shiro popping out on this Widow could do something, but I think they are wary of it. I think this Mercy needs to go down and this Soldier needs to go down. And I think Cogs might be... No, he sticks to Cart. Trying to go on this Queen. And Queen
honestly,
they've got to get her.
And with that anti, yes. We're going to see the Doomfist getting nanoed here. Tries to get up there. Does make an opening here for Shiro to get that Soldier 76 down. And finally, they've got that momentum, that little foothold that they're looking for. And I think you're absolutely right. Getting onto that Widowmaker is great, but we are probably going to see that tank swap, yes, in Winston, which is going to be diving that Widow.
Easy be countered as long as everybody turns onto that monkey and they sort of play around this Widow.
Yeah, we got...
I think they are separating.
Yeah, Widowmaker into that Junker Queen is great. But unfortunately, he is going to have a very hard time doing much of anything right now.
Shiro and almost paid for his life.
Definitely a great option to go into that though. Used his ultimate up, went for that 1 kill before he died, trying to kind of get to that swapping. Doesn't look like, yeah, the last few seconds here, Shiro's just going to try and kind of stall the point, but it's not really much he can do there on Widow. Unfortunately, it was great to get them that foothold, but he probably should have turned around and swapped.
Is one chance, one opportunity. Doomfist touch into the visor. They've got to touch.
We're seeing.
Fortunately, he goes above instead of below, and that's going to take it to Finger Lakes.
Finger Lakes taking the second round, going to tie up our score here.
What are you thinking?
All right, well, we will be right back on 3. will be escort.
I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. Echoes in my soul. My weakness comes and goes. It goes, it goes. My weakness echoes in my soul. Oh, it echoes in my soul. My weakness comes and goes. It goes, it goes.
All right. And we're live for round 3, Havana. We're going to see Finger Lakes defending first. Eagles, take it away.
We're gonna be on Sniper's Haven, because that's all this map really is, honestly, and I think that's what they got in the back of their mind. But we're gonna see it's currently 1-1. We saw a really strong performance from both teams. However, we're gonna see our last match was definitely a strong showing from Finger Lakes. Curious to see what we'll do this time, and we're gonna get our lineups. We're gonna see the Rhine.
Now, both teams being 1-1, you know what that means, right?
Are we actually gonna get like a push map? I think?
We're going to get to see a push map on round 4. Regardless, it won't matter who wins or loses.
Push map, push map, push, push, push.
Yeah.
We're gonna see. Kind of looking at this, I'm gonna see the May out. We're gonna see the Rhine out. I think this. I love both May and Rhine. but we're gonna see a very strong heal comp.
Yeah, honestly,
Finger Lakes.
I'd rather see the Ramatra than the Sigma here. To be honest.
I think we might be able to see that, but then we're gonna see Charge straight out of spawn, not gonna pick anybody up, and he might be getting punished.
Oh, they're playing
for it.
very cheesy here, going for that spawn defense here, trying to play it like it's Overwatch League in Season 1. We just had a Ramatra come out very quickly.
Ramatra very quickly. Good chicks. But I think we're gonna try to see this Rhine trying to pin him out of position. However,
Zero getting one of their supports down already, may trying to wall them into one
I would
choke
not have
here.
rotated there. I would have just pushed out onto these supports right here, and I think that's what something was trying to do. Ooh.
Then that Reinhardt dueling the Cogs of War here.
Ever.
That Reinhardt is going to go down. It's going to give Cogs of
Rhine's
War.
gonna take forever to get back.
Yep, and that's going to give them some space to push here. Just crazy to see a team just trying to spawn defend there. It's almost a little bit toxic.
Well, it's definitely a viable strat. However,
Oh, it is.
It's just
But with the Mei able to kind of stall them even getting out of point, even after, it's almost like having a pseudo tank there. You know? That Mei is going to go down those thing up there a little bit too long. Even when this Ryan gets back, he can be
maybe
down
Mei
a
was
person.
all along. Ooh, a shatter.
Ooh, but that
for
is
him.
a big
That's gonna
shatter.
be A big old sweeping.
Yep, Swanky Pants
However,
going down.
this one- oh,
Something wrong also going down. That shatter changed that push entirely. That is kind of crazy. We're going to see Iowa Central hopefully coming up on some ultimates here. We're going to see Pokecross swap over to Moira.
We're gonna see Annihilation coming here soon, a Bob, and a Window. However,
Reinhardt.
Get a Blizzard,
Ooh.
a Bob, and a Nano to match.
You're just getting walled off and shut down this entire game.
Hogs getting taken away, kidnapped.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate getting that anti as well. There's not much that's really going to be able to be done there. As much as Iowa Central's cleaning up, they are down their tank. And it's pretty rough. Ooh, but they have their second tank out here, Bob. But you're going to see that Mei ultimate in the back there picking off Swanky Pants. Shearer's going to get that Mei down. Bob continuing to pressure Eager Lakes away.
Getting some good pace here, though. Moving
We're gonna
that
see-
payload along.
Because
Onto
we're
the
switch over to
Doomfist.
Doom. Yeah.
This Ashe all alone would be a perfect thing for them to dive on. And I think Cog sees that.
Yeah, that Reinhardt is going to pin him away, though, and just start bashing up on him. Get his charge punch. The Bob coming into play there.
Unlucky
Does
that
not
he
get
hit
much value,
that
though.
Wall or that tree, he would have definitely. I feel like he would have gotten out with them, but pushed back. We're gonna see Finger Lakes setting up for another duel here.
Hogs of War switching to that Rhine Ditto. They do have Shatter on their end, so he's going to have to be wary of that. Wondering if
I
he's
think
calling
he
that
knows
out.
that. Seeing artillery, kind of seeing to see what they're curious what they're gonna do with it. Not gonna get much value
Ooh.
off of it again.
Report's getting walled away there. Ooh, and there we have. That's a really big play from their Reinhardt, getting a triple out of it and forcing Iowa Central back once again. We got 45 seconds. Iowa Central having a hard time getting a foothold here. Definitely caught them off guard with Samoa. They must not have practiced that map a lot, but you can tell on all of these regular maps here, they seem to be very well versed in what they want to do on every single one of them.
30 seconds remaining.
Trying to take space here, getting into the duel. But we are gonna see a Widow pop out from Shiro. Gonna pick onto the Ashe.
She's gonna get their Ashe down, which Ashe has been a pretty big hitter for them.
He was definitely looking for the shatter here. And he's
Got a
it.
couple of seconds here. They're gonna
There
have
it
to
is.
touch something wrong, keeping that point in overtime. Lots
I
of
thought
stuff
it
going
was
down
over.
there.
Swanky getting squished by the hammer. An unfortunate loss for War 1.
We're gonna see Iowa Central trying to keep this in overtime, pushed out here. They cannot lose this point. Shiro's posted up though, so we could see some big plays here. Got some squishies here on some off angles. See if he can get some picks, and he gets walled off that Mei wall, just being super impressive. But he's gonna get around and get that Ashe anyway. Uh-oh.
Blizzard, that is a rough spot.
Huge
for the-
blizzard. Suzu keeping Cogs of War out of it for a little bit there. Gets a pretty big slam.
Has to stay on cart though, cannot follow.
That's
up
going to
there.
clean him up right there. Iowa Central's going to manage to get that first point in overtime here. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to get this up. Ooh. There's going to be extending out, looking for some more picks here. We could see some swaps. Looks like we are going to have Sombra come out into play. It's going to be very interesting if Shear's going to be able to play around that or not. Definitely going to be seeing some sneaky assassinations coming up. Already.
We're about to try to see one right now.
Already, but Shiro using his mobility to get back to the team.
Sombra can definitely be a nuisance, and I definitely think that's what they're trying to do. But get the pick! Charge! Onto the red ray! We're gonna see the artillery come out. And we're gonna see Iowa Central trying to push the advantage here. However, they do have Shatter. Fortunately.
Ooh, unfortunately, Shiro gonna go down to that virus. Does manage to get the Sombra at least. That looks like Iowa Central's gonna take the advantage on this fight. Continue pushing this point here. 2 minutes 20 seconds, or sorry, 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock. Not gonna see a stagger on that Reaper.
Reaper's down in the dungeon currently.
All right, we're gonna see Something Wong get Suzu'd. Suzu's gonna be down for this fight coming up, which is very scary.
Tried
Hopefully.
to contest the payload a little bit, but is down low. Big stagger.
We got Shiro up on top of the brewery here. Is that what that is? Brewing machines? They look like big brewers.
Yeah, the brewer.
Big canisters.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna see.
Ooh, Sombra actually able to get up there too and take care of him. But Iowa Central pushing up on this point here, and it looks like that support there is gonna be able to jump down just in time. And Iowa Central tank going down. This is not looking good.
Not at all.
And the sports aren't going to be able to clean up here, at least not before that Reinhardt's going to get there. And that is 25 seconds here for Iowa Central to get back to this point.
We're going to see all support ults up here, which a Nana Ryan is pretty devastating.
This could be, and we could see that rush come into play as well, though.
Absolutely.
So we'll just have to see which one is going to be the bigger support play. Cogs of War separating himself out from the supports. That rush is going to come out, though, as they catch up along with that Moira ult. They're burning everything because they want this point. Ooh, but that's going to be a big EMP taking out that Coalescence. Ooh, there's that Nano Ryan going to clean this fight up. Shiro's going to be trying, but nope, that Shatter's going to cut him off. Not bad progress here for Iowa Central, but not an impossible pace for Finger Lakes to get up to either. Yeah, Iowa Central just barely able to claw and scrape their way up to that end of that second point there. Gonna have to see if Finger Lakes is gonna be able to push over this attack, or if their defense is just a very strong game. See how Iowa Central holds up to it. And we're gonna see what our lineup is here as the sides. Looks like we have a strong start Shiro on that Widowmaker. We're gonna see that May Sombra combo coming off of Finger Lakes side, along with that Reinhardt again. So far it's Moira Kiriko on Iowa Central side. Oh, we're seeing Cogs of War go over to a little bit more poke, which is probably not bad if you gotta play farther back, given that getting
Definitely
that poke.
not a bad.
Yeah.
If you're holding, the only way to make Ryan work on this map is really you're gonna have to play close.
I don't think their tank is really sure of what to do. Now, it's very committal to play Widowmaker on defense here. I mean, it's a great sightline, but as soon as they pick a dive tank, you're kind of hoping that your team is going to be able to pressure them off of you. Because the moment you get picked, you have a long way to walk back.
Shiro, we trust.
Oh, for sure. And they are going to be rolling out here without any kind of defense here. So that is going to be a very good start with that Widowmaker for them. We could see some pretty big value come out of that.
Bunch of poke onto this. They're trying to push Cogs, stalling it. Chout's coming out. That's pretty much her one get out of jail free card for the next 10-14 seconds. And dealing with a little bit of the pest from Sombra trying to take on this Widow. Steady progress.
Got that Queen playing very aggressive in the Cogs of War here, trying to pull him out of his comfort range here. And that is going to take him out very quickly. they are just going to kind of run over that back line here. We're seeing a very strong attack push here from Finger Lakes.
Very strong indeed. However, Kiko down. Let's see here. Brian swap. Trying to get this queen. Too, but this Sombra still being an absolute annoyance to Shiro.
We're going to see Cogs of War kind of trying to clear them off the point here. They haven't managed to capture that first point, which is really good. They did manage to gain control of it, but for how long? Because we're seeing some ultimates here. We're seeing that Blizzard on that Mei. We could see a pretty big play come here. Cap this for the top of it.
Maybe swap onto a Tracer. Trying to just kind of invalidate this Sombra a little bit. Sombra just gets kept caught out. Unable to get killed.
Ooh, we're going to see a big shatter from Cogs of War. And that's going to take out 3 of them right there.
There's going to be a cleanup on this.
Their tank does manage to take out the Reinhardt. Gonna ult that Bastion. But we are going to see Iowa Central clean that up anyway.
Even with that Rhine getting kicked down, that ult being pushed out is very nice. However, swap onto the Orisa.
Yes, and we're still seeing that Mei Blizzard could come into play here. We've got a couple of ults. We got Rush and we've got Bastion ult here, but whether or not that's going to counterplay a Blizzard, that's what remains to be seen.
Mikey getting the pick on Moira.
Yes, that's going to be a very strong start into this fight. Wall's going to come up separating that Reinhardt, but Bastion's going to melt that wall. And they're definitely going to be holding strong here. It looks like that Fire Strike managed to get the Reaper as well, just delaying their push even more. They've only got a minute to push up here. So I was just sitting in a pretty good spot. They're just got to hope that they're going to play good around these next few ultimates coming out. I thought Orisa pushing up, trying to make some space here, trying to kind of set that Mei up. And Mei is looking for that Blizzard. You can definitely tell by that position. That Blizzard coming out pretty soon here.
And I think we're going to be able to see it here soon.
There's that rush. That is prime time for Blizzard right there. And we're going to see that barrage come out into the background there from the Bastion. Mei still has not used Blizzard. There it is.
The Blizzard. Pokey, no Wraith to get out.
We're seeing, we're unfortunately seeing that Reinhardt kind of get stuck in there. Something wrong trying to pump that damage out. It's just not going to be enough. That Blizzard definitely being that playmaker for them to get this point. Ooh, Orisa finishing them off there with that Terror Surge as well, just sealing the deal on that point. Cogs of War rushing up to try and kind of make something happen here. Try to push back and stop the momentum, but I think he's just going to progress them even further here as he gets antied and taken out. That's going to stagger them pretty hard, giving them a lot of range here. And unfortunately, Pokey also going to go down in the process there, stuck out there with them. That's given a lot of space for them to take, and that could potentially translate into them getting too much momentum for Iowa Central to keep up, which is what we saw on Eichenwald.
Indeed. With Finger Lakes getting those staggers, it is going to be quite hard for Iowa Central to get that foothold back in. They've already pushed almost halfway. They could be pushing a lot further if they had 2 people on the payload, but they are opting to have only one and trying to keep up this pressure. Iowa Warriors going to go down, and we're going to see...
We have Shiro on that Junkrat, which could be a big playmaker for them as well. We could see some pretty big ultimates from him. And that damage coming out too is just going to be huge. We're going to see him go down to a Mei snipe, though. Reinhardt pushing up into their back line here.
Possibly gonna pay for it, but
Uh-oh. And a big shatter going to come out.
might not be able to pick
Oh,
up
but that
on it,
Mei wall.
especially with this Mei wall.
That Mei wall has just been absolutely devastating, separating that tank out way too often. And we've got Orisa trying to make big plays on Pokecross here and down. Oh. And we've got them taking up that high ground, which is going to make it very difficult. We've got Shiro trying to make some plays here with Tyre.
Tyre's hiding away.
They know where that Tyre is, though.
Maybe gonna try to get something, but
That is going to give them a little bit of space to go in, but we're seeing that Mei Blizzard come out once again. Cogs of War switching to the Orisa there. Definitely a good play. You can ignore that freeze there. But unfortunately, it's looking like that's gonna be GG's for this round.
Fortunately, I was Central side, but they put up a good fight.
Yes, it was very close. They
All
actually,
those Maywalls and simply the Orisa into the Rhine. It was
Yeah.
very difficult.
I think if they kind of swapped to that Orisa for that May counterplay for Blizzard, I think they could have held that first point a little bit better. But it's just very unfortunate. Definitely, definitely play of the game should be that May ult there. Definitely won them that game. All right, we'll be back as we set up for round 4, which will be our push map.
I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. Echoes in my soul. My weakness comes and goes. It goes, it goes. My weakness echoes in my soul. Oh, it echoes in my soul. My weakness comes and goes. It goes, it goes.
me to go far flank on this one? Like just.
All right, and we're here for round 4, Calicio. Finally, a push map. Don't see it often. Been very close matches so far. What do you suspect? Let's see. Game.
I think we're gonna see again a very brawly comp from Finger Lakes. It just seems to be really working well for them, and they're really sort of pushing through Iowa Central with that. However, I think with Iowa Central gets it under control, they might be able to push back against this just tank domination.
Yeah, it's just, I think what we saw on Samoa that really pushed them up there and had them win those team fights was they knew when to kind of give the space and fight from an advantageous position. And what we've seen so far, I think, is the biggest problem that they've had on defense, and at least, is they give up too much momentum because they are about to lose a point and they panic, they push in, take a very, very dangerous push in. They're not all there. Tank goes down, support goes down, and then all of a sudden you've given them a ton of momentum going into that next point. You could see that not even be an issue because it is push. So we'll have to see how Iowa Central is positioned around these fights and when they're going to back off, when they're going to play smart. And Iowa Central come up to the robot first here, playing close.
And we're gonna see that brawl comp come out. We've seen the audio, however, and that pylon, if they can destroy that pylon, it is a good chunk of her healing out, especially with only Mercy heals.
And we're gonna see that wall go down, but it's not enough to keep Cogs of War down. Cosmic. Yeah, Cosmic is just setting these walls up crazy, and Reinhardt is just not really able to do a whole lot. I think what they gotta do here is wait out that Bastion form here, and then just all in the Junker Queen. That's a big play here. Unfortunately, they have to play around these May walls, which is probably the biggest issue that they're having. The Cogs were maybe mitigating that a little bit playing Sigma, because you can kind of play pokey, kind of get away with a lot. But we're seeing them around this corner over to the bridge here, which is hopefully where Iowa Central can hold them there. We don't want to give them
Shiro gets
forward spawn
pulled
this early.
down off the bridge. You know, this has got a very touchy place. You got to be careful when playing on that bridge against the queen, because she can just yank you down into her entire.
Absolutely, it's very unfortunate too that happened as they're coming up onto this bridge here. They could potentially. Ah, man, and this really is just those May walls. I think what we need is something divey, something with a lot more verticality. What I would love to see here is a here we go coming out, something where you could teleport in Suzu as soon as that wall goes up, or just wall climb over it. Something that can jump over the wall from the tank would be really good. That May wall is just getting way too much value.
I see both support bolts up here on Iowa Central side, however, so might be able to do something. We're seeing the Nano coming out in a flux. Maybe going to be able to get this.
There we go. We got Iowa Central making some plays here with that ultimate. We could see them clean this up at this point. It's made so much progress in such a short amount of time.
See this Yadi pop out onto Shiro. A lot of damage.
It is unfortunate. We're seeing that fight just kind of go both ways here.
Okay, Chicago's able to clean up on the Yadi. This Mercy playing in the back.
Yeah, they are trying to fish for some staggers here, which is good. We've got a little bit of a trickle here from Fingers Lakes. They're gonna have a little bit of time to push here. They could see some contesting. Ooh, and that Mercy is actually could be big. They could be contesting Iowa Central before they even get to these gates. Ooh, and unfortunately, Swanky stuck between a rock and a hard place is gonna go down there. Ooh, but we're gonna see
the artillery trades.
Yeah, we're gonna see a little bit of a trade there.
Forth. Mercy should not have res that quickly. We're gonna see this.
Iowa Central's just not able to keep any ground here.
To duel on this queen. Gotta stop that robot.
Yeah, that May wall coming out once again. He uses ult just to get over the wall, it looks like, and that May Blizzard coming out, getting 4 people in it. Junker Queen ult coming out right after, and they're just cleaning up this fight. Again, the May just getting away with way too much here. I think Iowa Central is kind of stuck here, not really sure what to do about these May walls. It is just seeming like they can't really do anything to get it to work. Ooh, and we're going to try a Wrecking Ball last minute from Cogs of War. Not sure what to do, but we're going to try it. Gonna touch this point here. What would be funny is if this is actually the play as he pile drives into something Wong's ultimate. Actually, a pretty big play.
Mercy still up there. Cogs.
Oh man, and there he is gonna go down. That was actually probably one of the bigger plays we have seen in the last couple of games from Iowa Central.
So
Unironically.
trying to interrupt the res, unfortunately not gonna be able to. They've only got a few meters here left. We're gonna see the Wrecking Ball, but I don't think they're opting instead.
Oh. Yes, that is gonna be a very unfortunate and very quick game. Finger Lakes taking the victory here today. Iowa Central putting up a pretty good fight. Unfortunately, this last map maybe not so much. But yeah, and I think this may definitely well-deserved play of the game here. Definitely hard carrying on this match. Those May walls just absolutely crazy, and this Blizzard was a huge play. All right, well that's gonna be all.
With a 1,000-yard stare.
Oh yes, man. But that.
For it to be over.
Yes, I think we all are as well. But yeah, that is gonna be all for us today. Watching, and I hope you all have a on the next stream. Bye.
I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied.